How we doing, collectors? My name is Dallas Braden, former washed up baseball player. Arm doesn't work anymore, but you know what? The heart is still there. So I am here today at PSA picking up a submission. I'm a collector just like you. So I've got a few of the things that have come back my way with a couple of stories behind it. I got to start right here in the fields. One of the first cards that I knew I was going to have to bring in was my man Ray Fosse. That's a 1975 Topps. Nothing important about the date or anything in that regard, but what this man meant to me, means to me, what this man means to the Oakland A's organization. World champion, Gold Glover, my mentor in the broadcast booth. Whatever number was ever going to come back on this card, it's always going to be a 10 in my heart, so I don't care about that. But it was absolutely one of the first cards that was going to have to get turned in. The second card I knew I had to turn in, because when you talk about punch outs and you talk about left-handers, sure, names like Randy Johnson come to mind, and this fella right here, the man who was doing it before the big unit, the lefty, Steve Carlton, with that wipeout slide piece coming at you to the bat foot. Sorry about it, righties. Maybe take two bats up there. When you got Steve Carlton and the chicken scratch on the diamond icon, yeah, was absolutely going to have to lock that in. Give it to me. You can see the wear and tear. That's from gajillions of sliders and gajillions of punch outs. Old Vladimir Guerrero. You know him, you love him, the hofer. I walked Vlad cakes, believe it or not. Vladimir Guerrero would swing at a ball if it was still in the bag. And I managed to walk him. Fact. An absolute legend. Not only what he was doing at the plate, but doing out in the field. I had a front row seat for it. Like I said, I walked him. Was I scared? I'm not going to admit that. But I had to go Vlad cakes. There's domination on the mound, and then there's the definition of domination. Pedro. Really, is there any more to say? Pedro. The performance in the All-Star game, just wiping out your favorite hitters. Pedro Martinez, give me the on-card auto. This is also a 2021 Diamond Icon. That's a 10 auto. This dude is an absolute wizard with a baseball. You know he can wrap his fingers all the way around a baseball and touch them? Just try to wrap your head around that while he's wrapping his fingers around that baseball. Pedro. I do have a pretty cool collection. One of my favorites is I have every single battery that has ever thrown a perfect game. So pitcher, catcher. Yes, that means I have two Ron Hasseys. Shout out. The only two that I don't have graded, a couple of bums out in Oakland, 2010, got really lucky one day. Guy by the name of Landon Powell. Shout out Landon, who's dominating up in North Greenville University, D2 World Series champs. And then me. So I'm turning in the Landon Powell on-card auto. Extremely rare. Not rare at all. You can get them anywhere. I get you one if you want one. And then mine's back there. You know what it looks like. It's whatever. This last card has a lot of sentimental value. So much like the Ray Fosse, it was going to be a 10 no matter what. I was at a autograph signing one day, and a collector came up and showed me this card. And immediately upon viewing it, I said, sorry, man, that card's not going home with you. It's coming home with me. And I told him the story I'm going to tell you. And at the end of it, he said, this is your card. This ain't my card. I was fortunate enough to make my major league debut in 2007 in Baltimore, Camden Yards, a beautiful, beautiful ballpark. My grandmother was there that day, fortunate enough to have her in the ballpark. The seat next to her was unoccupied. So as she enjoyed the ball game herself, she didn't have anybody kind of chirping in her ear. She just kind of got to enjoy the game. It was great. We kept the memorabilia from that day, and my grandmother's ticket is in section 31, row C, seat 3. That's my grandmother's ticket. The card I'm about to show you is in section 31, row C, seat 2. This ticket was real. They cut this ticket up, they put it in a pack of cards, and they sent it out. Some awesome collector got it, brought it to me, and I instantly knew what that card meant. And for the folks who don't know, yes, I lost my mom in high school and was fortunate enough to have a really good day on Mother's Day. But for this card to come my way on my debut, knowing that my grandmother's neighbor was unoccupied in that seat, I got a pretty good feeling there was somebody there, and I got the ticket to prove it.